got me on the backswing. Did I just go in a circle? No! None of that passage makes any sense. The friggin' hallways were moving around. What does that say? Co-head of research, Dr. Diana Marmont. This is Diana's office? She has a picture of herself in her office? Wait! I just had a flashback, chat. The Alan Wake series was notorious for getting me DMCA'd. There's not a streamer safe mode that I see. Alright, well. Let's see. The definition of art, a study by Dr. Diana Marmont. To truly comprehend the threshold within Cauldron Lake, we must first understand its attraction to art. However, even the definition of art is as varied as the range of crafts that fall into the name. To that end, we must open a track of research dedicated to defining and quantifying art, ultimately rendering the concept into a unit of measurement. To begin, let's not try to understand humanity's definition of art, but rather Cauldron Lake's preferences. Past cases of Cauldron Lake's threshold affecting reality have centered on writing. Wake, 2010. Cinematography is also suspected, though not directly confirmed. Zane, 1970. What about other mediums? We will need to test the viability of painting, poetry, music, photography, sculpting, dance, and so on. Not to mention the myriad of genres or methods within each medium. And what about crafts outside of the most common artistic expressions? Does any act of creation on a high level of expertise merit the title of art? Baking, woodworking, etc. What about non-physical mediums? Why is music an art and philosophy is not? Does something become art due to its medium, its quality, or perhaps simply through the intent of expression, or an equation made up of all three? What would be the order of importance? What thresholds must each factor reach for the equation to succeed? Clearly, there is much to determine. We must begin with developing a methodology using a vast range of arts and general creative endeavors, both physical and mental, then find a way to test their potential connection to Cauldron Lake's threshold. Cauldron Lake is an enigma, with many layers to pull away if we are to understand it and ultimately bring it under our control. The work will take years. Follow-up report, RE Redacted. On the morning of Redacted, the musician held at the lake house for research purposes was discovered missing from her cell. Security footage of the cell from the night before was damaged by electrical interference of an undetermined nature. Redacted, known professionally as Redacted, had produced a song called 6 Deep Breaths during her time at the lake house that was considered very promising as research material by Dr. Marmont and Dr. Marmont. Redacted somehow used her song to orchestrate her escape. Efforts to find Redacted were brief, with any wider search considered an unacceptable risk to the lake house's mandate of confidentiality. Action to be taken. A. An investigation is currently ongoing as to whether any staff of the lake house were involved in the disappearance of Redacted. B. An investigation is currently ongoing as to whether the subject used the song they created as a Redacted means of escape. C. All material related to and work produced by Redacted will be stored in the archive for future reference. D. Online checks for the public reappearance of Redacted are to be performed weekly. Known web addresses associated with Redacted in the past. Known addresses with para-utilitarian AWE activity. A link. Siren Society, bless for the up-to-date full list, refer to Redacted. I wonder if those web addresses do anything.
September 13th, 2023. Notes regarding the concept of the tortured artist. A romanticized image of the sensitive artistic temperament, yes. But there may be truth in the cliche. It's no secret Rudolph Lane has been unhappy here for years. But the aggregate data shows his art's viability score trending upward over time. If Jules hadn't neglected to hold regular psychological exams, then we could have quantified the subject's emotional state, creating a sort of distress rating to compare against the art score. I'll make this a sub-goal of my study of Edward Booker. Once we set the variables and establish a control reading of his art and mental state, then we can begin inducing negative emotion. Limited food and water, perhaps. An increasingly tight living space. This is how Jules lost his subject, though.
This lady's just describing ways of torture.
Be careful not to leave any sharp objects in Booker's cell.
Okay, someone says, didn't the main character mention taking 6 breaths to calm down earlier? Yes, she did. The song might be relevant.
Something isn't right. It might be best to fill the test. Deep breaths, 6 deep breaths, forget all the rest. Roadblock, feels like my heart already stopped. Too much stress, bones to reset. Deep breaths, 6 deep breaths, forget all the rest. Go, I gotta let go of everything that I've ever known. Deep breaths, slow.
If the threshold took this song as literal, it might have just like dropped her off somewhere else on the world with amnesia. Let go of all I've ever known. Good song though.
The lake house was underwater. The Marmont's ambitions had finally been realized. Jules had dangled the painting like a lure and hooked an ocean. Their machines couldn't hold it. A fault in the system. The water rushed in, filled it until it was ready to burst. All their successes and failures had led them here. The work had made them into monsters. But the lake house was still theirs. It always would be. They could feel an outsider trespassing in their labs. I know you're here, they called out to the dark. They hunted floor by floor. They wouldn't let the intruders stop their progress. This was their home, their beloved tomb beneath the waves.
Password 685298. Chat, don't have your password on post-it notes on your screen. Letter from Darling. I just received a letter from Darling about a request you made to bring in live subjects. What were you thinking? Do you know how that looks? Jules. What did he say? Was it approved? No, he refused. You know protocol does not allow this sort of thing, and he said he will be making a trip to the lake house to check in on us soon like we're children. This is very bad for our reputation, Diana. Please, if you have an idea like this, come to me first. Diana, considering the details on the new page we have found, I believe we need to abandon the research into Alan Wake's writing. We must not endanger our staff. Regards, Dr. Jules Marmont, co-head of research. Don't pretend like you're worried about them, Jules. You're just looking out for your own ass. The fact that the pages are detailing future events means that they are the correct method. We have to learn how to harness their power and dictate events to meet our goals, not Wake's, whatever those may be. The ATDs are producing better and better results. We just need to keep doing the work. No, Diana, I'm looking at the page right now. Constant imbalance, out of control, a crack in the lake house. If we continue with this research, we will lose our facility. Perhaps more than that. What is the point of succeeding if we're dead? I'm a head of research here, and I forbid you from proceeding. You can't forbid anything. You're not going to keep me from the most important work of my life. If you're too much of a coward to keep pushing ahead, then I'll finish what we set out here to do alone. We have plenty of ongoing lines of research. I suggest you pick one and leave Wake's writing to me. You always needed me more than I needed you. Wow. Official complaint. Hello, Dr. Marmont. I received your formal complaint about Jules' behavior. You claim he is maliciously keeping research material away from your team, but he says they have simply been misplaced. I understand you're frustrated, but I recommend giving his team a week or so to find the pages and return them to your team. If this issue persists at this point, then let's discuss your desire to escalate the issue. Does that sound agreeable? Sincerely, Harry Kingston. Okay. There's like a bunch of lore in here, I think. That looks like one of those things that's going to just turn me around when I run into it. Could be wrong, though. Oh, man, that's disorienting. Yeah, okay, no, I was right. It did just turn me around. Shifting geometry bullshit. Trauma pad, Black Rock launcher ammo. What? I ran past ammo? What the heck? I did not realize that. Who's the played character? Is that Jesse? No, this is, I don't think we've ever played this lady before. This is a lady that works at the Federal Bureau of Control, and she was sent with a team to check out what's going on here, and they all died.
Something isn't right. It might be best to fill the test. Deep press. 6 deep breaths.
Okay, I don't want to leave here and have to come back through that maze.
Feels like my heart already stopped. Too much stress. Bones to reset. Deep press. 6 deep breaths. Forget all the rest. Go. I gotta let go.
Can I leave here in a straight line, or is it going to move everything around again? Investigate the lake house and get to the experiment site on level 5. Okay, so the maze is gone. That is nice. So I only had to do the maze the one time, I guess. Can't interact with any of that.
Where'd the elevator go?
Crap! The elevator moved!
More shifting geometry. Yeah, great. Ooh, nice office.
This game is so weird, I don't know if that's a bug or not. I'm pretty sure it's a bug, because I just reached through that and picked up something. Can I run around the border of the room? Or is it gonna teleport me if I do that? Why do lamps that look like that appear in every office setting? I've never seen green metal lamps IRL. I have, but certainly not in every office setting. Might be one of those things where the asset is free to use, so just lots of games use it or something. Okay, I believe I'm now in the southwest corner of the room. Doesn't show me on the map at all. I think I'm like right here. Okay. Alright. I wonder if I'm supposed to be able to be over here. It just TP'd me in a weird direction. It's like, no, you're not allowed back into the room you were in before. Okay, I guess I have to go all the way around the perimeter to get back to where I can interact with the center of the room again. You broke the game. Well, we did just find a locker in a locker a second ago. Okay. Alright, well, we know where the elevator is not. It is not on the perimeter. At least not if you follow the perimeter. Now, what if I go from the middle to the far wall? What happens? Okay, it still reverses you back to the middle. Okay. If I circle the center building. Map updated. Progress in the Lake House's directive to understand and suppress Cauldron-like threshold has improved this year. Research in the areas of threshold energy detection and measurement have made great strides, see reports WY113 through 139, allowing us to work with the investigations department in the construction of an early warning system near the shore of Cauldron Lake. Exploring the relationship between the shadow and sources of light continues to be difficult without active threshold manifestations to test against. Additional means of containment and offensive measures against the shadow have similarly been difficult to develop without an active AWE through theoretical research continues. Research into threshold suppression techniques is ongoing with no clear determination regarding their viability possible at this time. The team has been testing counter-frequency projection in the vicinity of Cauldron Lake per mandate V29HED, with all findings being sent to Dr. Darling as requested. Hello, is it your bedtime? All right, chat, I need to tell the boy goodnight. I'll be back in just a minute. Okay. In summary, 2017 has been a successful year with further promising breakthroughs predicted in 2018. All right. Research mandate. Before Dr. Darling was lost in the lockdown of the oldest house, he tasked the Lake House with discovering the nature of the shadow and its ability to convert art into reality. During our diligent research into this phenomena, it has become clear that Darling was not dreaming big enough, which leads us to the new goal of the Lake House and its talented staff to create a stable connection between the Cauldron Lake threshold and our own dimension. That seems like a bad idea. Threshold traversal has only ever been possible inside the oldest house and occasionally during altered world events, though this is often an involuntary process. The Shadow's known attraction to art provides us the perfect opportunity to create the world's first controlled bridge between dimensions that can be safely traversed in either direction. A laboratory will be built on sublevel 5 where experimentation related to linking with the threshold will be performed. This location will take full advantage of our proximity to Cauldron Lake. In this laboratory, we will simultaneously develop machinery that can connect with the AWE site in the lake and use art as the focal point to create the bridge. Precise methods are yet to be determined, though teams will soon be formed to explore processes involving art as a dimensional anchor, reality manipulation via art, and machine-assisted coupling. Signed, the Marmots. Okay, it said map updated when I opened this. Although I don't know what updated. Oh, there's like scribbles all over the map. I guess she's writing stuff down. But as far as this floor... Oh god, I really don't want to turn this off. I didn't like that lever. That was a bad lever. Quick save. Yeah, that was the wrong lever, Crunk. Looks like the elevator is still not here. Now that that switch is off down there, maybe it's down there in that bottom room now?
The lab. Some big experiment tomorrow.
There's the elevator.
I can't find the details anywhere. That bastard is hiding them. All those years, he steals credit for my ideas and my work, and now he's scared of being plagiarized? Oh, that is really fucking rich, Jules. Oh, and he's reportedly misplaced the manuscript pages I need for my work. Suddenly, the exact pages that I need to reference have just vanished. He is actively impeding critical bureau research. I mean, if he can do that, then what is stopping me from going down to that lab? And I don't know, just inverting the amplifiers or misaligning the receivers or both. It's the same thing in principle.
I mean, I think that's like raising it a little bit.
He booked the lab.
This doesn't look
Some
like
big
Lane's style.
experiment tomorrow.
Different artist.
I can't find the details
Someone
anywhere.
falling.
That bastard is
Is there
hiding
anything
them.
else here?
All those years, he steals credit for my ideas and my work, and now
Oh,
he's
red
scared
dot.
of being plagiarized?
Something a cave.
Oh, that is really
From
fucking
Casper
rich,
Lane.
Jules.
I couldn't stop thinking about this new
Oh, and
direction
he's
of the lake house without back to
reportedly
New York. I hope
misplaced the
visiting
manuscript pages
Okay,
I
hold
need
on.
for my
Can you
work.
Shut this thing up.
Suddenly, the exact pages that I need to reference have just vanished.
Uh,
He is actively
here's something to get
impeding
you started.
critical
Some
bureau
drawings made by a
research.
certain redacted a while back. Test
I
for
mean,
any
if he
reaction
can
that
do
may
that,
trigger the
then
shadows.
what
Don't know
is
how
stopping
unscientific
me
that name
from
is.
going down
You
to
can
that
designate the
lab?
artist as P6
And
in
I
your
don't know,
records.
just inverting the amplifiers or misaligning the receivers or
Red
both.
tree.
It's the same thing in principle. He booked the lab.
So maybe this whole thing happened because she sabotaged it. What if she sabotages the experiment and then the game like goes through a loading screen and then it just launches Half-Life right when Gordon Freeman's experiment explodes? Like this whole thing was just a prequel for Half-Life. Hey you, you're finally awake. Yeah, that's the next one. Ah!
Oh, Jesus.
6 deep breaths.
2, 3.
Sublevel 5.
6. No.
Oh, cutscene. So this is where they get the black rock from.
Had opened the door into Cauldron Lake's threshold. It was forced. It was unstable. Shutting the experiment down was the only option.
But... That's Mr. Marmot. That's Lady Marmot, right? They're both monsters, they're gonna fight each other. Wait, that's it? All I had to do was hit him with a rock? I mean, carry on then, don't let me interrupt you. This is solving one of the problems on my list.
Typical fucking morons.
You know what? I probably don't want to use a rocket launcher when you're right next to me, huh? Okay, so that requires recharging. Oh, she, whoa! What?
Threshold fracture. Where'd she go?
She's up there. Oh, wow. Dude, you can't dodge while holding a flare. So when I needed to dodge, I couldn't, and they got hit by the rock. Okay.